Engine Adventures, Cranky. This story is about Cranky the crane, who works at Sodor's docks. Cranky played tricks on the tank engines to get us into trouble. Then one day, Cranky needed our help. Thomas and Percy loved working at the docks. They liked the sea air and watching the big ships arrive. But one day, when they puffed into the docks, a new crane called Cranky towered above them. Cranky was very rude. "Hurry up, you lazy little bugs!" he called down to Thomas and Percy. Poor Percy and Thomas. They told the big engines what Cranky had said. "Cranky is so high up, you must look just like little bugs to him," laughed Gordon. Thomas and Percy hoped Cranky would not be mean to them again. But the next day, Cranky played a naughty trick. He told Thomas to move the trucks to the wrong track. Then, when the Fat Controller arrived, Cranky told a lie. "Thomas has shunted those trucks so I can't reach them!" cried Cranky. "And Percy won't do as he's told either!" The Fat Controller was furious. He sent Thomas and Percy to the sheds in disgrace. That night, there was a big storm on Sodor. Thomas and Percy were shivering in the sheds. They were sad that the Fat Controller had believed Cranky's lies. "Cranky is so mean. I don't want to work at the docks anyway," peeped Thomas. "Neither do I," Percy agreed. Back at the docks, thunder crashed and rain fell all around. "I'm stronger than any storm," creaked Cranky. James, Gordon and Duck thought that they were safe inside the sheds. But they were wrong. A huge steamer had broken loose and was heading straight for the docks. The steamer crashed into the sheds, knocking Cranky onto his side. The engines were trapped. They will all have to wait for the storm to clear before they could be rescued. The next morning, the Fat Controller came to inspect the damage. "Thomas and Percy are on their way," he told Cranky. "They'll help you up again in no time." Cranky felt silly. "Please tell the engines I'm sorry for being mean," he replied. "So it was you causing all the trouble," the Fat Controller boomed. "I had better say sorry to my engines too." Thomas and Percy raced to the rescue. The drivers tied ropes to Cranky and attached them to the engines. With a great heave, Thomas and Percy pulled Cranky the right way up again. "That's better," said Cranky, and he got straight to work. First, Cranky helped the steamer back into the sea. Then it was safe for him to pull the heavy rubble away from the sheds. James, Gordon and Duck were free at last. They blew their whistles happily. "Peep, peep!" "Thank you, Cranky," Gordon smiled. "Who would have thought I'd be rescued by a couple of little bugs?" cried Cranky. "How rude!" puffed Percy. He steamed angrily away, but his ropes were still tied to Cranky. "Stop!" called Thomas, but it was too late. Cranky crashed to the floor again. Thump! And Thomas and Percy had to rescue Cranky for a second time. Now Cranky works well with Thomas and Percy. He still looks down on them from high in the sky, but he never calls them little bugs. Ever since the big storm, Cranky knows how really useful little engines can be. After all, Thomas and Percy did rescue him twice.